Good morning. The Bank of Canada has cut interest rates 0.25% again at this morning's interest rate announcement. That drops prime rate from 6.95 to 6.7%. Largely expected. This was the consensus expectation leading into the meeting, as the latest jobs and inflation reports have come in, stinkier than expected. While continuing on with consecutive cuts to close out the year would be a welcome reprieve, I'd temper those expectations. I mean, the bank's own estimations for growth in the back half of the year are expecting growth to pick up. I mean, their preferred measures of core inflation have been inching up higher. And the way that inflation works, I mean, it's the August to November period of last year where inflation was coming down. So with those, weakening base effects, it's going to make declining inflation a bit of a challenge, but we'll wait and see what happens on that front. In terms of jobs in Canada, we need to add around 50,000 new jobs per month to keep up with the growth in working age population. That's a lot of jobs. We average around 30,000 jobs. The last month, we actually lost jobs, which really isn't good. Business investment and consumer spending have continuing to deteriorate. If you talk to a lot of businesses, what you're hearing a lot is that it feels like a recession, and for good reason. The rise in unemployment rate that we're seeing right now is something that generally only happens during a recession. Canada added something like 2.1 million new bodies in the last years. That's a staggering amount for a country of our size. The economy is growing at a pace of about 1.5% per year. The population growth is more than double that. So we're falling behind. So what's going to happen next? Well, in the release below, I have a highlight of the big banks' expectations for interest rates this year and next. Consensus is, well, not consensus, but the range is anywhere from another 0.25 to 0.5% for 2024 in rate cuts, with a total of 0.5 to 1.5% by the end of 2025. So a big range there. We'll see what happens. The next Bank of Canada meeting is coming up in September. So go enjoy the summer, and we'll talk to you then.